See what a good boy I'm being. This is my 4th video of the night. Yeah. Catching up a little bit. Still got all the conquest ones to do, which is part of the motivation in catching up, is I gotta get to the conquest ones. So I think 3-minute or 10-minute videos talking about the markets and crypto and all that is enough. Been watching Bad Batch. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not Mando, of course. We knew this. Ultimately, I am happy to have any new content that pertains to Star Wars in really any fashion possible. So I'm okay with it. I don't quite understand the significance of the kid. Every episode I'm like, oh, this is the big reveal. This is where we figure out why this kid is important, but not yet. It's only 4 episodes in, so I guess it's still too soon. It's not terrible. It's not, knock your socks off, but didn't expect it to knock my socks off anyway. But it's not bad. If nothing else, it's, like I said, it's more in the Star Wars universe, so not terrible. Anecdotally and separately, a friend of mine texted me today and said that he saw speculation that Brie Larson is going to play Mara Jade, or is signing on to play Mara Jade in some form. So then I Googled it and I found an article, but it turns out that article was a year old. So I'm not sure if the rumor is circulating anew or whatever. But and I'm not a huge Brie Larson fan, having nothing to do with her activism. I have no problem, and I'm very much for her activism. Toxic masculinity in the movie business is common, unacceptable. But I'm just, honestly, I'm not a big fan of her as an actress. I'm sorry. I know she won an Academy Award, and honestly, I think my favorite movie she's been in is 21 Jump Street, 21 Jump Street, right? Yeah. She's just kind of too stoic and deadpan for me. Not to say I want her to, be a weep bag, because I don't. I don't want her to be a damsel in distress, because most of the time the characters she plays aren't. It's not what I'm looking for from her anyway. But I just, she's a little too deadpan for me, too stoic for me. Like the extent of, that she emotes is like, she'll crack like a wry grin. Look, for Mara Jade, that's actually a pretty good casting, because Mara Jade is pretty fucking stone cold, at least as far as Timothy Zahn's original Thrawn trilogy goes. So not a bad casting for that. Look, I'm just happy to have Mara Jade somewhere potentially on the Filoni-Favreau docket. Someone told me anecdotally that Dave Filoni got a promotion. He's like head of creative development or something for Lucas now, which is probably the best move since 1977 for the franchise. Again, thrilled just to have Mara Jade potentially on the docket of future content that we are going to see. Don't really care who plays it, even though Brie Larson's generally not my favorite actress. I do respect her as a person, just not my favorite actress. But yeah, Mara Jade would be fucking sick. Timothy Zahn wrote such fucking good books. It is a crime, at the very least a travesty, to not have more Timothy Zahn content recanonized like Grand Admiral Thrawn. I did see speculation, and I'd spoken about it before on here, that Lars Mikkelsen, Mads Mikkelsen's older brother, Mads Mikkelsen, you should remember as Galen Erso from Rogue One. Lars Mikkelsen, again, is his older brother. He is the voice for Thrawn in the Rebels show. You might also know him or remember him from The Witcher. He plays, what's the name of that mage? I don't remember the character's name in The Witcher. It'll come to me. Anyway, we meet him in the first episode of The Witcher. Fuck, what's his goddamn name? Son of a bitch, I gotta Google it now. Hold on. I heard rumor that Lars Mikkelsen was being brought on to play Thrawn. Not sure exactly what capacity. Stregobor, that's the character's name, Stregobor. Also excited for Witcher Season 2, and I know I've said that before on here. Some people did not like it, but as someone that never played the games but was always intrigued by the world, very keen to see Witcher Season 2. Also, Anya Chalotra is drop-dead gorgeous. Incredibly beautiful. Also, very good in the show. Not a big Henry Cavill fan, but I gotta say, he again, having no frame of reference otherwise, I think that Henry Cavill is really good as Geralt. And not for nothing, Henry Cavill and Anya Chalotra dragged me into that show and made me very interested, so they did a good job, clearly. I'm also just a fucking nerd, and I love science fiction, fantasy, just about anything. The only science fiction, fantasy world that I'm not in love with is the DC universe. Sorry, I just can't get into it. Love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Love Batman in general, but otherwise, just Roxy, can you not while I'm recording, please? Just not into DC. I don't know. I think Superman is just the most boring character in the history of anything and everything. Insufferably boring. Cannot stand Superman. Superman is less appealing to me as a character than Aragorn. And Aragorn, as I've said before on here, is just that annoyingly boring, like totally incorruptible, perfect character. And I hate it. It's so boring. It's not compelling at all. If you don't have any inner strife or turmoil, it's just not compelling. And Superman being so inherently good is just a fucking snooze fest. That's why Batman's great, right? Because he's a bad guy, but he's a good guy. Like, he's a vigilante. Vigilantism is illegal, and therefore ostensibly bad and wrong. But yet, here is Batman, who is a bad guy, but he is a good guy. Although it is kind of boring, he doesn't kill anybody, but whatever. Those are the better characters. There's more depth. They're not two-dimensional. Actually, Superman's really just kind of one-dimensional, isn't he? But anyway, all this to say, Witcher Season 2, stoked. And theoretically, anyway, Mara Jade, stoked. Anything Timothy Zahn, stoked. I mean, look, Thrawn deserves to have his own show or movie or what have you, and I'm sure, reasonably sure anyway, that is the trajectory on which we are headed with regard to these live action shows. At least I certainly fucking hope so. That would be a tremendous wasted opportunity if it doesn't all culminate in some sort of grand a la Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame kind of a thing. All right, see you later.